Dr. Rahul moved through the bustling corridors of City General Hospital with an aura of quiet confidence. His presence was a comforting constant, a beacon of reassurance in the often chaotic world of a busy hospital. For over 25 years, he had dedicated his life to the art of healing, earning a reputation not only for his exceptional surgical skills, but also for his unwavering composure under pressure. His calm demeanor and empathetic nature made him a favorite among patients and colleagues alike. He was known to hold a patient's hand, offering a reassuring smile, a gentle touch that transcended mere medical procedure. The weight of countless lives rested on his shoulders, yet he carried it with grace. He approached each case with meticulous precision and a deep sense of responsibility. His colleagues often marveled at his ability to remain focused and decisive even in the most critical situations. He was a mentor to many, a guiding light for young doctors navigating the complexities of the medical profession. His wisdom, gleaned from years of experience, was a valuable resource for those seeking guidance. He understood the profound impact a doctor's words and actions could have on a patient's well-being. He believed that healing extended beyond the physical realm, encompassing the emotional and spiritual needs of the individual. This holistic approach to medicine set him apart, making him more than just a skilled surgeon. He was a healer in the truest sense of the word. His commitment to his patients went beyond the operating room, extending into the realm of human connection and empathy. He often stayed late into the night, poring over medical journals, attending conferences, and constantly seeking to expand his knowledge. His dedication was unwavering, fueled by a deep-seated desire to provide the best possible care for his patients. He saw medicine not just as a profession, but as a calling, a sacred duty to alleviate suffering and preserve life. This unwavering commitment was the bedrock of his reputation, the foundation upon which his legacy was built.
Tears welled in my eyes as I stood in the dimly lit hallway. The weight of my first patient loss pressed heavily upon me, a crushing burden that threatened to shatter my nascent confidence. I had poured my heart and soul into caring for Mrs. Rodriguez, an elderly woman with a warm smile and a fighting spirit. But despite my best efforts, her condition deteriorated rapidly, leaving me feeling helpless and inadequate. The sterile hospital environment suddenly felt suffocating, the beeping of monitors a constant reminder of my failure. The vibrant tapestry of life that had drawn me to medicine now seemed faded, replaced by the stark reality of mortality. Doubts gnawed at me, whispering insidious questions about my competence and my ability to handle the emotional toll of the profession. I questioned my decision to pursue medicine, wondering if I possessed the strength and resilience required to navigate the inevitable losses that lay ahead. I had envisioned myself as a healer, a bringer of comfort and relief. But now, faced with the harsh reality of death, I felt like an imposter, a fraud who had promised more than I could deliver. The image of Mrs. Rodriguez's frail hand reaching for mine in her final moments haunted me, a constant reminder of the fragility of life. The weight of this loss threatened to consume me, casting a long shadow over my future in medicine. I stumbled upon Dr. Rahul, a figure of stability and wisdom in the turbulent sea of the hospital. He noticed my distress, the telltale signs of a young doctor grappling with the emotional burden of loss. He approached me gently, his presence a calming force in the storm of my grief. He asked me what troubled me, his voice soft and reassuring, inviting me to share my burden. I recounted my experience with Mrs. Rodriguez, my voice choked with emotion. Dr. Rahul listened patiently, understanding the pain I was experiencing, the raw, visceral grief that accompanied the loss of a patient. He had walked that path himself, many years ago, when he was a young doctor grappling with the same challenges. He recalled the crushing weight of his own first loss, the feeling of helplessness and inadequacy that had threatened to overwhelm him. He shared his own story with me, a story of a young doctor struggling to reconcile the ideals of medicine with the harsh realities of life and death. He spoke of his mentor, a wise and compassionate physician who had guided him through those difficult early years. His mentor had taught him the importance of empathy, of connecting with patients on a human level, of seeing them not just as cases, but as individuals with hopes, fears, and dreams.
Medicine is not just about curing, Rahul, it's about caring. It's about being present with your patients, even when you can't cure them. It's about offering comfort and support, even in the face of loss.
These words resonated deeply with Dr. Rahul, shaping his approach to medicine and transforming him from a doctor focused solely on curing to a healer who embraced the art of caring. He explained to me that loss was an inevitable part of medicine, a painful reality that every doctor had to confront. He emphasized the importance of acknowledging and processing these emotions, of allowing oneself to grieve and heal. He reassured me that my feelings were valid, a natural response to the profound experience of witnessing death. He encouraged me to seek support from colleagues, friends, and family to find healthy ways to cope with the emotional toll of the profession.
Section 4. The transformation from curing to caring. Dr. Rahul's early years in medicine had been driven by a relentless pursuit of knowledge and a desire to master the technical aspects of his craft. He had focused on diagnoses, treatments, and procedures, striving to achieve the best possible outcomes for his patients. He had measured success in terms of cures and recoveries, viewing medicine primarily as a science, a battle against disease and illness. However, his mentor's words had sparked a profound shift in his perspective. He began to realize that medicine was not just about curing the body, but also about caring for the soul. He started to pay closer attention to the emotional needs of his patients, recognizing that their fears, anxieties, and hopes were just as important as their physical ailments. He learned to listen more intently, to offer a comforting presence, and to connect with his patients on a deeper, more human level. This shift in focus from curing to caring transformed his approach to medicine. He became more patient, more empathetic, and more attuned to the subtle nuances of human suffering. He realized that sometimes the most powerful medicine he could offer was not a pill or a procedure, but a listening ear, a gentle touch, and a compassionate heart. He understood that true healing encompassed not just the physical body, but also the mind and spirit. He discovered that by embracing the human element of medicine, he could forge deeper connections with his patients, building trust and rapport that enhanced their healing journey. He found that caring for the whole person, not just the disease, brought a deeper sense of fulfillment to his work. He realized that true success in medicine was not just about curing, but about caring. Section 5. The ripple effect of compassion. Dr. Rahul's message resonated deeply with Maya. His words, imbued with years of experience and wisdom, offered her a new perspective on the challenges and rewards of the medical profession.
I began to understand that loss, while inevitable, did not have to define my experience as a doctor. I realized that even in the face of death, there was still room for compassion, empathy, and human connection. I started to see my patients not just as cases, but as individuals with unique stories, hopes, and fears. I learned to listen more attentively, to ask questions beyond the symptoms, and to connect with my patients on a deeper level. By embracing the human element of medicine, I could provide a level of care that transcended the purely clinical.
She discovered that true healing encompassed not just the physical body, but also the mind and spirit. She embraced Dr. Rahul's philosophy of caring, integrating it into her own practice. She made a conscious effort to connect with her patients on a personal level, offering a comforting presence and a listening ear. She learned to be present with her patients, even in moments of grief and loss, offering support and understanding.
I realized that by embracing compassion, I could transform my own experience of medicine, finding meaning and purpose even in the face of adversity.
Dr. Rahul's influence extended beyond Maya, rippling through the hospital, inspiring other young doctors to embrace the human element of medicine. His legacy of compassion became a guiding principle for the next generation of healers, shaping the culture of the hospital and transforming the way care was delivered. His message of caring became a beacon of hope, illuminating the path for those who sought to make a difference in the lives of their patients. Section 6. Carrying the torch of empathy. Years passed, and Dr. Maya, now a seasoned physician herself, carried the torch of Dr. Rahul's wisdom. She became a mentor to new interns, sharing his philosophy of caring and emphasizing the importance of human connection in medicine.
I recounted my own experience with Dr. Rahul, how his guidance had helped me navigate the challenges of my early years and transform me into the compassionate physician I had become. I encouraged my mentees to see their patients as whole persons, not just as collections of symptoms. I emphasized the importance of listening, of being present, and of offering comfort and support, even in the face of loss. I taught them that true healing extended beyond the physical realm, encompassing the emotional and spiritual needs of the individual.
She inspired them to embrace the human element of medicine, to connect with their patients on a deeper level. She shared Dr. Rahul's stories, his words of wisdom echoing through the halls of the hospital, inspiring a new generation of healers. She instilled in them the same values that had shaped her own career: compassion, empathy, and a deep commitment to caring for the whole person. She helped them to understand that medicine was not just a science, but also an art, a delicate balance of knowledge, skill, and human connection. The legacy of Dr. Rahul lived on, not just in the lives of the patients he touched, but in the hearts and minds of the doctors he inspired. His message of caring, passed down through generations of physicians, continued to transform the landscape of medicine, creating a culture of compassion and empathy that enriched the lives of both patients and healers. His influence, like ripples in a pond, spread outwards, touching countless lives and shaping the future of healthcare.